Alright, hello everybody, welcome back to another brand new video. And before we get straight to the point, exactly, is Happy New Year's of 2026. Since I gotta say that we just made it to 2026, and it's pretty a bit something that I'll have to admit anyways, which, well, since it's only the beginning anyways of 2026 apparently, since we're just kind of at the beginning part, so anyway, guess I'll have to pretty much do a bit of the talking while getting straight to the point, and yeah, so let's just go right straight ahead to the point and just say is that, well, I did came to be prepared to say about what my speeches would be, but I guess I'll try to make it at some point at some amounts of the timestamp of the minutes. Depends on how the minutes are going to probably be on the speech I probably will be mentioning for anyways. So what I'm going to probably say on the speeches so far is that, well, as in 2026, and I'll probably be surprised as pretty much yet ever in 2026, is that, well, in the possibility of 2026, as I'll probably just say is this, is that the rest of the gaming remains to continue in 2026 as the same way in 2025 is pretty much to be as right now. So, as of what the remaining games are remain to be left, of course, is that, well, the remaining games are supposed to be remain to be left is Five Nights at Freddy's, Help Wanted, non-VR, and then Freddy Fazbear vs. Slender Man game, and pretty much however exactly the remains of the games that I still do actually remember exactly that I'm trying to say I still do remember. Most likely a bit of the ones remain to be left, apparently. And oh yes, as of course is that, well, Wario Land will probably be coming around before MK Special Forces will probably be done after Freddy Fazbear vs. Slenderman game. That will probably be next. That will be probably be is Mortal Kombat Special Forces. That way of the 19s era will probably be done in the gaming of that, and then straight to the 2000s, and that's going to be pretty much a bit of an interesting sign that I may actually be feeling like, I guess it's going to get a bit interesting to see what probably would be. And oh yes, as an example, that after that, Wario Land will be next as well. Super Mario Bros. Wii U, and then of course, well, as of what's going to be next as well is Super Smash Flash. Apparently, that will be next. And Unsorted Horror, that will also be next. And then Call of Duty Ghosts will probably be the Wii U, since I'll probably do all bits of the story mode. And then, of course, the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. And then Cry of Fear. And I'll also sneak up another extra one, by the way, that will probably be confirmed, that there will be no more parts in there exactly or sequels. I'm just trying to aim for the game, that I'm just trying to aim at some kind of game that doesn't have sequels, that doesn't have parts, numbers, or any of them. That's just what I'm going to try to find to see what would be that last one next to is Cry of Fear. That I know, like I said, I'm kind of expanding a bit of the gaming for right now, which I'm trying to at least get a bit of somewhat amount of perfection on some other gaming that remains to probably be left on my first channel apparently, before moving right into the FNAF Plus season that I'll probably be instantly moving right along in there just to have that started. So again, once I will say the last gaming is going to be confirmed, then yes, the question mark will be confirmed next as the last one, impermanent last one, to kind of have it all finished and set and done, which apparently it'll probably be set and finished, which means reactions, gaming, shorts, live streaming will be automatically paused whenever I'll have like one last reaction video, one last short, and of course one last live stream. That way all that will be paused, and then I'll focus maintainly only about Five Nights at Freddy's. plush versions of the characters. Just only that. So, anyway, that's just all I wanted to say, and just kind of get through the lines and get through how many of the list I have left on the gaming stuff to just kind of be official and just have it done before then. Which, like I said, apparently that's going to probably still be a long bits of time before that can still be currently to be official. Which, as what will be official, it'll probably be about is like one last Wii game, one last Wii U game, one last Xbox game, and then of course one last Steam game that I might have to consider looking for, or a non-Steam game that I could instantly take a look and see what I've not played so far yet. When I say not yet, it means I haven't got to which one I haven't picked yet, for example. So, anyways, I hope that you guys are still enjoying a lot of the gaming as I'm still doing currently right now, and just like kind of getting some of them finished and getting them out of the way for a minute. Like, just as for example, for what I could probably say as of example, in the year 2026 is going to probably be a bit of a interesting, good reboot start in 2026. Apparently, like, it's gonna get a little good, as I could probably just say as of right now, that as of 2026, I'm gonna be like, yeah, it's gonna be an alright kind of a year, kind of thing. It's gonna kind of be an alright year, which I'm not trying to expect that there'll probably be a amount of a big thing, but I'm just saying it could be a bit of a good thing, at least for something like that. But as of now, I just wanted to say for what the gaming has remained left exactly before the official announcement comes from me by saying is like, making a very big giant speech of me saying is like, oh, how much of the great times and good stuff I've been making recently for as long as I've been doing on my channels recently for a long time. So that's all I probably would want to say exactly. And of course, like I said, I'll be likely to say as from like, I don't know, the voices of the characters I've been recently been doing, which like I said, I can still voice my own characters on the first channel, even though that some other characters of mine are a bit busy in separate channels that they're busy as of right now, which I'll actually will mention to say this too exactly, is that, well, as what we're going to probably see, for example, that I will be taking a look at the numbers of how many gaming stuff we have left. So, as the gaming we have left is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then, of course, number 10 is the last one. And I know, like I said, I'm still expanding much more time on the gaming than trying to get to focus on the season of mine that I'm supposed to kind of get to, which at this point, like I said, it's going to probably be a long, instant amount of time and time and time. It'll be up to my decision, but like I said, if I may pause it, whenever I just might reach it to somewhat a point of reaching the subscriber goal, then I'll try to be able to pause it. But if not, like I said, it's about the move out situation nonsense. Like, I just don't know how the hell this is going to be possible for me to get with, which I'm just trying to say that it's going to be a little bit hard for me to get along with. Just to say is like I have like a lot of stuff to be prepared to do and just all other stuff. Just like getting most of the gaming out of the way. That way it'll just be like less of an issue just for me to deal with. Which, like I said, it's still fine with the subscribers moving slowly or just moving slowly up or maybe whatever it's doing. That's totally natural and fine. Which I'm just saying is I'm just trying to borrow my time before the on time of the subscriber goal can make it exactly. So that's just all I wanted to say as of right now. And just say is this is that, well, pardon me. That I just wanted to say is this is that, well, not trying to make the noise again, but I was just trying to say something before I didn't make the noise. So what I was going to say is that, well, at least I'm probably going to be lucky to say as fair as enough that, well, at least 10 gaming stuff remain to probably be in store exactly, which, like I said, I won't add any more gaming onto the list since I'm going to try to cross most of them off, so that way most of them will be in the playlist on some occasions to be in the playlist. So, as of 2026, I just wanted to say is hopefully we'll see where this goes in this year of 2026 to see if any of it's still good. But in most occasions, we'll just find out and see how the year is going to probably be for me and see where this completely goes at this point. So, as of apparently right now, is hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Please be sure to give this video a like and comment and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified. That way you won't miss a single video that comes on this channel. So, yeah, that's just all I wanted to say, and that's all I want to talk about as of late. And just say is this, that, ladies and gentlemen, that I just wanted to say is that hopefully by the meantime of like the gaming stuff of what is considered to be on my list to be scribbled off a little bit, just to be erased and then be on my playlist, which that's what I'm still going to try to add each time. If, like I said, I'll try to do that each other time, whenever I just head on to the next gaming, that probably remains to be next is to be next. So, like to be said again, folks, ladies and gentlemen, that I hope that you guys enjoy what's going to probably be coming around this year, 2026. And yes, as of me right now, I'm just going to say this, that it's going to be a slow amount of progress for me to get videos out of the way. Just sincerely, most videos out of the way, just to kind of like get some of it out of the way, and then proceed a little bit just to have it bit considered, finished, and done. Whatever, I'll just like borrow more time and time just to go slow and slow with video schedule each time on every single one. So that's just all I'm kind of expecting to see, and that's all I'm kind of expecting to find out to see. And oh yes, if there's ever like another Pico update on Friday Night Funkin' stuff again, then I'll be sure to jump right back in and see, off recording just to test it to see if any of the mixes are still good, exactly from the characters have been missing recently that didn't appear on the free play. So that's all I can say too, exactly that, like I said, at the end of the day, it's Newgrounds' decision of what they're doing exactly, which, I mean, it's a bit interesting to see where this goes to, but I'll admit to say that we'll have to be patient and just figure to wait until all of, like, the Pico update stuff is now finished to be confirmed exactly, at least, or pretty much like a few bit of unfinished business that has been a little bit unfinished exactly, and then we can finally introduce Tank Man into the scenario, which I might still be appreciatively to enjoy that one too, and get a mad of seeing how that continues right further away. But like I said, at the end of the day, it's just Newgrounds' decision if that's probably possible. So that's all I wanted to say, and hopefully, in fact, that, well, like I said, I'm probably am going to still be preparing more videos soon with more of the same ones I've been doing recently in 2025, with the same thing of Finds a Phrase Help Wanted, non-VR, but it's like the unfinished business that I have to probably be taking care of, and just pass that out of the way, and finally just do Freddy Fazbear vs. Slender Man. That probably will still be consumed to be ready after that's done. And then finally, Mortal Kombat Special Forces is the last one of the 19th era game to be ever said and finished. Which, even though people would say is like, oh, the game is bad, blah, 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 blah. Well, like I said, I know. I know. I have not said anything of the game. I recently have not. But I'll still give it a try to see if any of it's good. And no, like I said, I did relook on the intro that no, apparently there isn't Scorpion in this, or Sub-Zero, or any other related characters in there. I think it only refers to Jax, apparently, that refers to Jackson Briggs, apparently, of Special Forces, which that's all I can hear about. And, of course, well, that's all I can say. But like I said, no spoiler alerts. No spoiler alerts until I already know what that will probably be. So, as of now, ladies and gentlemen, I'll say this again, is thank you guys for enjoying this video. And like I said, I'll probably be sure to memorize most of the gaming on the list to cross off and just put some in the playlist as I can. And oh, as of what I'll have to be saying of right now for what I'm going to be doing recently in 2026, let's just say that I'm going to probably just be like hanging around and just like watching TV as usual and just do what I always do usually. and then just like think of an idea, maybe just do something originally, like always. So that's all I'm going to talk about. That's all I wanted to say here, folks. And without that being said, I'm definitely going to go right ahead and sign off. And of course, on my separate channels, I'm also going to say the same thing, but this time it's just going to be on different occasions to just like, I don't know, just talk a little bit, and then just everything else remains to stay the same. With currently like reaction videos, and then oh yes, with like YouTube Shorts, I might be mentioning this too, is with that YouTube Shorts thing. Let's just say that I did briefly did mention about like the YouTube Shorts I mentioned as well about like, oh, when is like the girl fighter is going to be in this one? Well, that by the way is going to be particular, and that one is going to probably be a pretty interesting choice. But as of right now, I have not selected which female fighters might be selected, mostly selected in the shorts. Which I think that's going to be coming up to me to make the choice and see what I have to look onto, as long as I probably do look on the WWE 2K22, and then the same thing with the WWE 2K23 thing on both Xbox and PS4, apparently. That remains to be decided, by me to see is like which girl fighters will I be able to select first. And just might have the same conclusion with the same thing between like I don't know, like the men face off apparently, but this time it's going to be just flipped to a girl fight, which I mean, we all got to see an interesting good cat fight nowadays. Since, well, for me, well, it's going to be a very first time to do this in the YouTube Shorts thing for a while in 2026. Is going to kind of be a bit of an interesting achievement to look to, which, like I said again, it's going to probably be an interesting fight and see where that goes. And like I said, just remember, it's only in the game. It doesn't have to consider what I meant to say is not considered in real life. I'm just talking about the game that makes sense. So that's all I'm going to say, and that's all I'm going to probably say as of now. And then, yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about. That's all I want to mention as for now. And as with more shorts apparently coming around soon, I'll say this too, by the way, is that I'll probably do and might as well make a decision to probably make more YouTube shorts in the pretty much in the big 2026. Apparently, if I have the time and have the energy to do more YouTube shorts, then hey, I'll still be continuing to do more of that. And then with like how it's going to stay good and how it's going to probably do most of that. So we'll see. And then, oh yes, as occurring with live streaming, let's just say with live streaming, it's going to probably be like 1 and 1, which means I'm going to probably be like doing like 2 live streams, maybe like 1, 2, just 1 and 2, like not big ones. I'm just saying is like there's going to probably be like less streaming exactly, which, like I said, if I would probably do a live stream soon, then that's why I might be mentioning it. But for now, I might say this, that there might probably be a 1 or 2 live streams. That might be the only answer to see where this goes in 2026, which I might still be right and still might be wrong, which we may never know what happens, because at the end of the day, it's still my channel, my decision if I make a stream or not, which that's what I'm going to be thinking about that soon. But anyways, as I do want to kind of focus a little bit more on FNAF Help Wanted non-VR to still focus on the remaining challenges that I might have to come on and get is the tapes, coins, and then the harder ones. That's going to be flip of a flip. That is just going to be about night 5, night 5, night 5, and a bit of different effects that I might try to be able to beat, but we'll find out and see at the end of the day, because I mean, there's going to be a lot of mysteries to just find out in FNAF Help Wanted non-VR. And I still do say again, I will challenge Glitch Trap, and I will face him at the end pretty much whenever there's the time that it will be off recording to face him, which apparently no, I don't know if there's ever going to be a voice for him, which I think he'll be less of a voice for me just to do a bit of the impression, which I won't do much of the impression because I just don't have the version of Glitch Trap as a plush, so that's just what I'm saying. So, as of now, folks, ladies and gentlemen, hope that you guys enjoy 2026, and hopefully you guys enjoy the New Year's of 2026, and hopefully we'll see where this goes. And as of me right now, we'll find out and see. But as of right now, I'm kind of on the middle of 2026 to just see if it's going to like get anything good from me. Just to say like, oh, there's going to be a good chance it's going to go up, and then maybe there might be a chance that it might go down. Which I just want to focus on the middle and up, not down. I just want to focus on the middle and up, not down. So that's all I wanted to say, and that's all I want to talk about in this speech. Is that well, at the end of the day, that I wanted to say this, that yes, this will be the last plush version I will be doing, or should I say the last plush seasons I will be ever be confirming to do. It's just the FNAF version exactly, which, like I said, I think it's going to be the last one to ever make, since, well, I did make the Sonic season on my first channel, apparently it's on my playlist, and then Angry Birds, Mario, Beaver Z, and then finally, it'll be about to be FNAF Season Plush that will be confirmed to be up there. So that's just all I'm going to say, which I think it's going to be a little bit of a hard decision just for me to do, just to kind of focus on how I'm going to probably get all of that ready and just figure what I got to do. And maybe just see what I got to try at least to make my best and make the best of it and see what I got to do. And yes, the same thing I'm going to follow every time is the same thing with SFM related, and then games related into same similar ways as it's probably been saying. So nothing gets changed, and nothing gets changed to recently way as possible from not jumping from timeline to timeline. So that's all I'm gonna say. And not breaking the timeline god's rules, because yeah, him and I would probably have some business if I did that. So I just probably would rather focus on the remains of the current focus of the timeline itself. That's probably what I would be doing. So, as of now, ladies and gentlemen, that I am Golden Devin-Foxy Remastered, once again to be the second king of Five Nights at Freddy's, and I will be sure to come right back in once I have the time to will, and actually will come back in, apparently, to just face against pretty much Glitch Trap at the end, which I'll still focus on the current tasks. That it's about the tapes, coins, and then the flip switch thing, and then of course the Halloween DLC content thing exactly that he's mentioning before, that he mentioned anyways. A couple different times that he mentioned by saying like, oh, you just went to go to get some Halloween content, that you just have to go ahead and check out the Halloween content thing of the DLC. Well, yeah, I know, by the way, I've never faced two other Pacific characters, so that's going to be a bit of an experience for me to look at too, and just see where that plays too. But as long as I relook at most of this, then that's what I'm going to figure out and find out anyway. So, there you go. And without that being said, folks, I'll say this again, that I'm about to sign off and sign out. And here's the four things before we wrap this up. And of course, I'll be talking on my separate channels of right now and mention about 2026 and see where that all completely goes of now. And yes, I'm pretty much am going to be considered aware of the move out thing, which, like I said, I'm not sure if it's going to stay real or stay fake. But like I said, at the end of the day, it's been confirmed a little bit less to say is like January like 29th or 31st or whatever, which not really sure, but at the end of the day, who really knows? So, like I said, I'm going to be very aware if that happens, but like I said, just being fully honest and just kind of knowing what I'm talking about. And as I was definitely going to be saying too, apparently, is that hopefully we'll see what happens as of now of this year. So, without further ado, I'll see you guys next time. As truly as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. And without further ado, that I'll say this too, by the way, is that it's going to probably be a very interesting moment to probably be like talking about the last moment of me doing the final last plus season on my first channel, and then it'll kind of be flipped back to reactions, gaming, and streams and shorts and all other stuff. That probably remains to stay focused. And then, oh yes, I did heard about something about the third that's been going on exactly by saying like, oh, the Seahawks versus the 49ers. Well, obviously Seahawks are going to win, and there's still going to be a way that they're going to win. Like, seriously, the possibility that Seahawks are going to win is a big 60% win, and 49ers are going to get like 30-ish% losing. So just making a guess, which hopefully Seahawks wins, and I definitely want them to win. As much as they stay at first place, they cannot stay back at any place than fifth or sixth because it'll be a disadvantage of the Seahawks, which is not a very good thing. So, in order for the Seahawks to win, everybody, I just want to say this is that for those who definitely want to cheer for them, let's cheer for the Seahawks out there and let's not lose faith in them and let's just try at least to stay positive for the Seahawks' victories and not let them lose so that way the 49ers don't have the next approach of whipping them. So that's all I got to say, and that's all I'm going to pretty much just say anyways. That Seahawks needs to win. They cannot lose. They cannot let their whole entire fan base down. They cannot let them lose. Like, we cannot let Seahawks lose because they deserve to win the Super Bowl, which even though this will be a Seahawks and Texans version, I'll probably be like spectating in both versions anyway of order them to win. Once the playoffs do consider to be up the playoffs, then yes, that's when I might try to like spectate the playoffs and just take a look at a pause at it for a minute and may screenshot it and just kind of like visual likely on the post itself and see the versions anyway to see what you guys think in the versions what you guys would see. But just remember, in the Seahawks' version, that's what I might write down. And then in the other side, the Texans' version, that I might be able to write down. So that's all I'm going to say, and that's all I'm going to talk about. And hopefully, at the end of the day, Seahawks better not lose their faith because we definitely need them to win and definitely need the 49ers to go down because they need to be bye-bye. Even though they are staying in the playoffs as well, we just want them to not be the only advantage to just win. And oh yeah, it's going to be a pretty tricky way for the Panthers and Buccaneers to stay on top. So I guess that's going to probably be a way to find out soon. Like, it's pretty much fourth place to 11th, which that's insane to see that. Which, I mean, imagine seeing like two separate teams from being in fourth place from all the way at 11th place. It's just pretty insane to see that. And I'm like, wow. That is nuts. And I'd say how crazy that is. I just don't know how the hell that's staying there, which I guess at the end of the day, I think Panthers might win since I'll say is like, yeah, they're kind of in fourth place. They're kind of literally at fourth place. I mean, Buccaneers are going to probably go anywhere. I think they're going to just probably lose at this point, which I don't know if they could try to pull it off. But like I said, I'm just in the middle of it and not saying most sides could be doing anything, trying to win or lose. What I'm just probably saying is like, kind of give it time like a week or two just to see if they do anything, at least persistently, to win at that kind of playoff spot to see how they can do that. So, anyways, that's all I want to talk about. And then, oh yes, from the other side with Steelers and Ravens, that apparently will be there really much likely foreseen as another interesting question by saying is like, that's going to be pretty hard to probably beat. That's going to be pretty hard to overbeat at this point. So I guess there's probably like four left to probably be claiming one spot or maybe two spots apparently to be up there. So hopefully we'll see how that plays out. And hopefully Seahawks are coming for those 49ers because the 49ers are done. They're going to be done like grass and their butts are going to be done like grass. They're going to be done. Like I said, they're going to be obliterated soon, which hopefully Seahawks can do that as they can. Which, like I said, I'm going to give the spirit and hopes for them to try to win. But at the end of the day, like I said, folks, if 49ers lose, I'm going to be happy to celebrate it, and hopefully Seahawks stays first. Anyway, that's all I'm going to talk about as of now of this video at the timestamp of right now. So remember this, is that hopefully let's just cheer for the Seahawks, and let's not let them lose. We want them to win. And as on the possibility wins, as I've been looking as pretty consistently, I've been looking on, is that the percent for Seahawks are a bit of 50-60% of them winning. And then for 49ers are probably at 40 or near 30 or near 20% of losing. So that's all I got to say. And also, here's a funny fact, by the way. Here's a funny, interesting fact a little bit. Just say this insult by saying is like, the 49ers have injuries. Well, yes, they have more injuries. Like, how they're going to beat Seahawks when they're in injuries? Like, that's just a little stupid, you know? That's just kind of a little less different to say in a different story. But Seahawks, they're not in injuries. They can just whip the 49ers easy and just have that considered finished. And even heck, I find it even funny enough to say is like, come on, Seahawks, y'all got this. Do not let the 49ers underestimate y'all. Y'all just have to win with Sam Donald this time just once. 49ers to say bye bye, just for them to be out or stay in apparently, who knows at the end of the day, which they got to be ending in the 5th or 6th place, but whatever. So without further ado, I'll see you next time. And this is Golden Devin-Foxy Remastered, and I'll be sure to see you guys absolutely in the next video. And don't forget, by the way, that FNAF Help Wanted non-VR still continues and will still continue anyway. And also, I might still update you guys still if the Seahawks do win, but if they don't, that's not going to be a good sign, which hopefully, at the end of the day, Seahawks better kick butt in there, and they better sure as hell not lose in there. Just not this once, but win this one amazing big time to just throw the 49ers off. So that's all I wanted to say, and that's all I got to say as of right now. So hopefully at the end of the time that we'll find out and see as of now. So without further ado, I'm going to go right ahead and sign off and just get it done and just have it done and just get on my separate channels and just like talk about the New Year's and stuff about 2026 as usual. So blah, 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 blah. All of their stuff talking. So anyway, time to sign off, and we'll see you guys next time. And the 4 things to do anyway is like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified. Thank you. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching, and I'm signing off, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And we're here in 2026, and we're finally in this year of 2026, and we'll see you guys. And for now, Help Wanted, non-VR, remains to continue. Soon. Remains to continue. As of now, that there will be one reaction video, and then flip. And then that's all that will probably be for now. So without further ado, see you guys next time, and enjoy this year's of 2026. Hopefully, we'll see where this goes. As of now, see you next time, and signing out.